You know, I think this team might actually be good. Oh, that's so brave of you to say that a 22-7-1 team is good. I mean, I need to honestly take a step back so I don't get burnt by your scalding hot take. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 30 of the regular season, where the Rangers win 5-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I think I am finally ready to say that the Rangers are a good hockey team. Now, that might be a weird thing to hear me say on account that the Rangers are 3 points behind the Golden Knights for first place in the entire NHL, and the Rangers have 2 games in hand on them. Let me explain. In the first 2 years of Gerard Gallant, when the Rangers would start out either terrible or mid, I would just say, oh, well, you gotta give them at least 30 games, right? If it was game 10, 15, 20, 25, 29, I'm saying, well, you gotta give them like that 30 game little start to the season before you can really get too mean about it. And I think it's very fair to go in the opposite direction of that and say, hey, before we crown them anything, I want to see them look good through the first 30 games. That's a very large chunk of the season. And they've looked great. They enter December. They have a couple of iffy games. They start off 2-2, where they just look pretty subpar, or 3-3, excuse me. Looking very subpar in certain areas, right? You get done with that Toronto Maple Leafs game last week, ironically enough, that is easily the worst game of the season. And a lot of fans are starting to be like, okay, if you want to avoid the fraud allegations, now's the time to not look like frauds. So how do the Rangers follow up their worst loss of the season? Well, they start by beating the absolute tar out of the Anaheim Ducks, as they were supposed to, going into Boston while tired. Granted, so were the Boston Bruins, but for the point of this, going into Boston and finding a way to get the 2 points, winning it in overtime over the Bruins, and then going on the road to Toronto and playing one of their more complete games of the season. The 5-2 isn't the most dominating win they've had, but they looked good everywhere. The defense looked good. The offense looked good. The power play unit 1 and 2 both looked good. Shesterkin looked really good. This is the moment where I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. They're actually good. So the first Rangers goal is, well, it certainly ended up in the net now, didn't it? Kreider along the boards kicks it out. Mika Zibanejad kicks it to a stick, carries into the zone, passes over before they get to the zone, so in the neutral zone, over to Blake Wheeler. He has the puck. And he does something with the puck. What he did, I really don't know. I watched it in real time. I watched it back a few times on replay. I can't really tell where the puck goes. It just vanishes for a moment, and then as everyone's moving in confusion, the puck just kind of trickles past Martin Jones, who is over to his blocker side. I don't understand what happened on that goal, but it was not the only puck luck goal the Rangers would get tonight. It was just, that certainly was a goal. And then you have the first Austin Matthews goal. And while I do think the defense played a pretty solid game tonight, this was not one of the moments where they played a pretty solid game. Adam Fox in the neutral zone coughs it up to Morgan Riley. He carries into the offensive zone. Lindgren was trying to be in the way of Austin Matthews. And I wish he would have been in the way of Austin Matthews, because he just kind of wasn't. Rips a beautiful shot past Igor Shesterkin, and it's one apiece. Back to that whole puck luck thing for the Rangers. It's a power play. It's the second unit on for the Rangers power play. They get it out to the point. It's a pass from Brodzinski over to Alexis Lafreniere. He fires towards the net. There's a Leaf in front. Bounces off of him and in past Martin Jones. Just throw it on and good things happen. Sometimes it's Chris Kreider. Sometimes it just finds its way in and the Rangers take a 2-1 lead. But the Lafreniere goal is great. The Rangers, after taking a 1-goal lead and then failing to defend Austin Matthews in front, retake a 1-goal lead. That's great. Nothing could possibly ruin this. Wait 1 second. Hello? They failed to defend Austin Matthews in front of the net again? Damn. Not the best place to leave him. Anyway, it's 2 apiece. So you go a few minutes later in the third period, just shy of the halfway mark. And, yeah, Brennan Schneider received the pass just on our side of the red line. and he proceeded to undress the Toronto Maple Leafs defense and score a absolutely filthy, nasty, disgusting goal off of Martin Jones. Listen, I can tell you that it was a nice give and go with Eric Gustafsson. I can tell you that it was a great job on the quick zone entrance, and I can tell you that it was a great job fending off a Leaf defender while keeping perfect control of the puck to then just flick a wrister right by Martin Jones, who was just absolutely caught sleeping on this. I can tell you all of those things. Go watch it. You gotta see it. I can't do it justice. Beautiful goal by Brendan Schneider, and the Rangers retake a 1-goal lead. And this time, they didn't then proceed to just leave Austin Matthews alone right in front. That's a really good thing, because when you do that and you don't let him be there, you're probably not going to let him score a goal. They didn't. The Rangers ended up winning this game, but they weren't done scoring it. Artemi Panarin on the power play just shoots it towards the net, and it finds its merry way into the net, deflecting off of a Leaf skate. And yeah, so the Leafs scored as many non-empty net goals on the Leafs as the Rangers did. And actually, if you really want to be a jerk about it, you could say that the Rangers had 1 goal on the Leafs, the puck just decided to have a goal on the Leafs, and then the Leafs had 2 goals on the Leafs. And then you had Mika Zibanejad with his 2nd goal of the night to seal it on the empty net. The Rangers win 5-2. Again, great win for the Rangers. Great way to respond to the Maple Leafs following that pretty embarrassing performance last week. Everything I possibly could have hoped for and more. It was fantastic. The Rangers now get a couple of days off. They don't play again until Friday at 7:30 Eastern. It'll be back in Madison Square Garden against the Edmonton Oilers. Me and Evan are probably going to record a Rangers game plan podcast either tomorrow or Thursday. Probably tomorrow if I had to bank on it. So you guys should go over and see that when that comes out, and just see the last one, because we were speculating what might happen over the next 3 games, and I think our expectations were blown out of the water in a very, very good way. So, until Friday and until the podcast, that is all I have to say for the video, so thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.